welcome to episode 32 of the Eye of Terror podcast. I'm George.
And I'm Alec.
And we play 40K. Okay, this is going to be a shorter episode.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount being released or going on in terms of...
But not so much that. It's a few days before the LVO.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah. I'm going to Las Vegas on Thursday.
Yep.
And then going to take my Tau list, as it turns out.
Yeah.
And compete in my first ever large-scale tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
So I'm excited. I've lost all my prep games.
So that's a hope. I see signs of hope there.
Well, I wanted to get all my losses out of the way. So
yes, that's how it works.
Yeah, but I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
We'll get into what I learned today after losing to a combination of Arthur and Alec. But first, let's start off with some hobby progress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First off, did acquire the Triumvirate of the Imperium.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna look awesome.
Got my hands on Belisarius, Celestine, our two bodyguards, and Inquisitor High Heels.
Inquisitor High Heels.
Inquisitor Greyfax.
Greyfax, yes.
I haven't even opened the box yet. I've been so busy with other stuff. I haven't opened the box, but I'm of course they're going to be great. They look fantastic.
Sharp.
Yeah. So I guess buying things counts as hobby progress.
Yes.
No, it should. It should. I did receive a 10-man squad of Prospero Mark III armor Space Marines.
Yeah, the ones with the freaking grates as helmets.
Yeah, they have sewer grates for helmets.
Yeah, sewer grate.
It was a tough time back then. Getting the metal they needed.
Yeah.
They needed to just get them from sewers.
And the reason you got those was because
I'm going to start an Iron Warriors army.
Oh yeah.
And I think
the
Mark III and Mark IV armor.
The slow corrupting forces of chaos are creeping into my father's head.
You know what? If there's a God Emperor Trump, then I'm joining Chaos. Simple as that. All right. And I like Hazard Stripes, so Iron Warriors.
He does like Hazard Stripes.
I do. Okay. Speaking of Hazard Stripes.
Oh yeah.
I finished the Iron Circle, Domitar, Ferrum, Battle Class, Automata.
Automaton.
Oh,
you were so close. You were so close.
Yeah. Finished it. My finest paint job to date.
Yeah,
I am so happy with the way this thing turned out.
Real good.
It looks fantastic. So that's going to be the showcase for my Iron Warriors army. Okay, so you had a good idea, and that is to turn the Automata into a Demon Prince.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You can just give it one of the Iron Warriors artifacts is Flesh Metal Exoskeleton, which is 2-up armor and will not die. Then you make it because that's to be Demon of something. Make it Demon of Zinch.
Okay.
So you can reroll those ones.
Okay.
For all saving throws. So your 2+ armor save.
Yep.
After you roll a 1. No, you didn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So that's gonna be useful.
How many wounds does a Demon Prince have?
5 or 4. I'd have to check that.
Okay. Well, still pretty tough.
So it's high wound.
Do they have an invuln save?
Yeah. Automatically they get 5
up.
Invulns.
Okay. 2 up, 5 up.
It's like so that's about a Terminator actually.
Can we justify the hammer in some way? He's got that long hammer. Isn't there like a demon hammer or demon thing, demon forged hammer of some kind?
That's Grey Knights.
Oh, okay.
Hammers really you can only justify as it's a close combat weapon, but Demon Princes automatically get smash.
Yeah.
So they automatically hit at AP2.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not sure how else you justify it. I think you might be able to make like this. There's a smash attack or something that
maybe there's a relic or something that has a.
You can't do 2 relics on one guy though.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
I want the exoskeleton.
Yeah, you want that exoskeleton.
So my next project for the Iron Warriors is to find obliterators. I want to use obliterators as troops. That's obviously one of the advantages of the new Traitor Legions, codex.
Yep.
For Iron Warriors, and I hate the obliterator models that are out there now. I just don't like them.
Yeah, they're not good. Although you might want to use the their detachment, because you get access to, because the Chaos Warband gives like a ton of things. Objects OBSEC.
Oh, okay.
Like the Chaos Warband gives like your let's see, your Terminators get OBSEC, your Chaos Ward gets OBSEC, you gain Chaos Space Marines they automatically get OPSEC.
Oh, that's good.
Your bikers get OPSEC. This show, you might want to consider that. You don't have to, of course. I'm not sure the benefits there.
All right. Well, as I get closer to actually making the Iron Warriors real, we will discuss the proper way to create that army.
Yep. All right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So next, the Corvus Blackstar.
All right. So yeah, I was procrastinating working on the Thousand Sun Rubric Marines because again, it took me half an hour to do 3/4 of one layer of gold on one Marine. It's like half an hour because it's so fiddly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set this aside because this is kind of frustrating. And I go, well, I guess I can work on that Corvus Blackstar. I've got like a base coat of black on it, and then I just kind of got sucked into doing it.
Yep.
And I ended up finishing it, and it turned out great. Really happy with the way it turned out.
Oh yeah.
It looks great.
It looks sleek.
This is the show where I just basically talk about my models and talk about how great I think they look.
Oh yeah, pretty much. This is the part where like, yeah, and this looks.
If you're watching the YouTube, then we'll have pictures of what I think great looks like. So
yeah, so you know.
Otherwise, imagine the most badass looking model for you just listening,
and then make it 10 times more badass. And this is what you get.
Exactly. That was a good Will Arnett voice. Yeah. All right. On the Corvus Blackstar, I see. To me, Death Watch is like if the Vatican had like a kill team.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
The Vatican.
Well, because there's all this sort of, I think, religious iconography. There's sort of like
they're more like
zealot, the kind of.
No, I think you're thinking. They give me like a SEAL Team 6 vibe.
All right.
Well,
go with me on this.
Okay,
I wanted to introduce a little bit of like subtle religious symbolism into my Death Watch and Inquisition troops. Anything that's Death Watch or Inquisition, anything that's Inquisition related is going to have like some subtle sort of like.
But the Order of Xenos aren't really like the most religious group.
I know.
They're not. They're in fact, most of them are radicals. They're like, they use Xenos technology and they're sort of operating on the fringes.
I hear you. It's just that the Corvus Blackstar has got like at least 3 giant eyes for Inquisition all over it.
No, yeah, because they're inquisitorial troops.
Right.
So that's like their designation.
Okay. So in order to further like, this whole concept of like there might be a slight religious angle to it, I painted pretty much a red stripe down the middle of the fuselage.
Yeah.
Which covered like all of the cockpit and all the raised parts in the middle. And then on the wings, I extended out like a red stripe across the wing. So seen from a certain angle, it kind of looks like a cross, cross-ish. I know. I'm not trying to turn this into a Christian.
Should we tell them about the holy water thing?
It sprays holy water for the windshield wipers.
Oh
no. No. It gives it. It looks different. Everybody had painted the Corvus Blackstar as far as I've seen all over the internet the same way, black with like stripes. Going vertically across the wings, and I'm like, I don't want it to look like everyone else's Corvus Blackstar. I want it to look similar but slightly different.
Yeah, I thought you just did that to make it look similar to your Iron Hands army.
And it also looks similar to my Iron Hands, which incorporates black, red.
Yeah. So I thought that was the reason for it. Not.
No,
I didn't realize it was like
crazy,
this sort of pseudo weird religious.
It's a pseudo weird religious thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just weird. Yeah, it's just a weird. I've been watching the Young Pope.
The more you know.
I've been watching the Young Pope on HBO, and so now I'm kind of obsessed with everything.
Is that good?
You know what? It's good, but it's not great.
Ah, shame.
It's more interesting because you get to see how the Vatican works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm not so interested in the story, and the character is too much of a mystery to me at this point. Like his motivations, I don't get why the Young Pope does what he does, and so I'm not nearly as into it as I was into Westworld or Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of will watch it by default because it's a Sunday night HBO. Cool show, right?
Yeah.
But it's okay if I miss a week. I'm not stressing about it.
Sure.
Right. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then I was reading about the Pope fighting against the Knights of Malta. I was talking about this yesterday. Anyway. So I'm kind of obsessed right now with what's going on in the Vatican. Anyway.
Yeah. So
there we go. So it's crossing over into my art.
Oh, quite. So,
All right, so the Chorus Black Star is done.
Mhm.
We'll put pictures of it on Facebook so you guys take a look. And then next, I needed objective markers,
oh, yes, he did.
and Kadia rose to the occasion.
Oh, yes, they did.
All right, so I had these plans. At the LVO, you need objective markers in order to play the different,
Yeah.
ITC missions, and you need at least 3 of them,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't really have any objective markers. I didn't want to buy any. So at first I had this box of generic like barrels and jerry cans from a World War II set
Yeah.
that I plan on using that as like a basis to make objective markers. I'm gonna take a 40 mil base and then just put like
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3 barrels on it, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
Boy, that's exciting.
Oh.
I was doing like cleaning out my
Yeah, and you lost them, right?
and I lost them. I think I threw them out when I was throwing out all these old sprues.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think
not-
I think I threw out all these jerry cans and barrels, which made me mad. But it forced me to dig down and become more creative. So I thought, okay, what can I do? And I'm like, what'd be really weird and funny is to take all of I have all of these extra little guardsman bits
Yeah.
of all of these tank commanders
Yeah.
that I'm not used. I typically don't put a tank commander sticking outside the hatch.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I like the cleaner look of the tank. So I have all of these extra bits of tank commander bodies that end kind of like just below the waist. So I decided to cut off the part that sort of attaches to the tank. So it's just a little bit lower than waist.
Yeah.
Right. And then I stuck 1, 2, and 3 of those guys onto bases.
Yep.
Right. And then I found like the most anguished looking faces among the guardsman heads that I had. Right. And then for some reason I was looking for arms.
Yeah. So then you did that. The plan was to put them in snow, so it looks like they're stuck in snow,
They're buried in snow up to their waist.
And you wanted them to look like they were like flailing, but for some reason you decided to give like most of them some form of like grenades or melt-a-bombs. So they're all just pointing grenades and melt-a-bombs everywhere.
The one guy, he's crazed and he's like sticking out like a giant bomb in one hand. The one with the 2 guys, I think one of them has a grenade, he's about to throw it, and the other guy's like yelling.
Yeah.
And then the third one, it looks like they're all arguing.
They're all arguing
with each other, and 2 of those guys have grenades. And one guy seems to be either comforting or like trying to reason with one guy, like, don't throw that grenade, man. Don't throw that grenade. And they're all buried in snow. I know it's super grimdark.
It's just weird. It's
really weird. It's really weird.
They're all just stuck in snow. Like, how did we get here?
I know. So I'm really happy with the way they turned out.
Yeah.
I got to take some pictures and post those, but they'll be up on our Facebook page if you want to see how they make really weird.
We should make like either like a mission or part of a campaign. These objective markers, except when you claim them, they throw the bombs at you. And the person who claims them,
you get thrown.
First person who claims them gets like a melt-a-bomb or a grenade, frag grenade.
Yeah, they're very hostile, these objective markers. All right, then the final thing in terms of hobby is the Helldrake. The Helldrake had been sitting kind of in pieces. It fell one time, and then some of the wings fell off,
and then it just sort of kept sitting.
And I had done like a kind of a purple paint job on it. I'd started on it,
but then you didn't like it. And
no, I hated it. It was really uninspiring. It was black and purple, and it just wasn't really doing anything for the model.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, just trying to get my cat.
He just slapped the cat. Don't worry. It's fine.
Cat, get off the table.
Cat.
So anyway, she'll get off. Oh my God. So you see that YouTube? Why the camera's moving? Because there's a cat on the table.
There's a cat.
Oh my God.
Meow indeed.
All right. Off. Can you get off, Mignon? Can you get off? All right. Thank you. All right. Podcast continues. All right. I may not make the audio podcast, but boy, you guys on YouTube got a treat.
Right, quality entertainment right here.
All right. So basically, I decided that I'm gonna do a redo, and so I'm gonna do the Helldrake as 1,000 Suns Helldrake.
Yep.
So I took the $28 can of gold paint from GW, the Liberator Gold,
Yeah.
and then I so I sprayed that, and then I primed it with Reichland Flesh Shade, and it looks awesome. It looks fantastic, and then it's going to be a lot easier to just work in the blue parts as opposed to doing all the fiddly gold, swirls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same theory that I'm doing for the Thousand Suns. I'm going to do that with the Helldrake, and it's going to look so much better. So that's my hobby progress for the week.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Organizational thing. Totally organizational thing. All right. There's a free app, and I got this on a comment. Somebody had posted a comment either on Reddit or on Bowls or somewhere, and it appealed to the obsessive part of me. Yeah. So there's an app called Trello that allows you to organize projects. So I downloaded Trello. It's a free download, and basically I created a folder that has all my 40K projects, and I divided them into to build, to paint, to repair, and completed. All right, and so you can post. So I basically posted all of my basically boxes that have to be built so far. Oh, way too many. The Iron Warriors. Basically, it's like I don't know, like 20. I have like 20 projects that I still have to build.
It's crazy, right?
And it isn't just like 20 models. That's like 20 different projects. Like the Iron Warrior Space Marines counts as one.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway. And then I did to paint, and I probably have like 7 or 8 projects under to paint. Yeah. And I've got 1 project under the to repair, and then I've so far completed 1 of all this. But in terms of like scratching that obsession about what I have and all that, it's awesome and it's great. And it's also organized me. So it's allowed me to prioritize and sort of like look at exactly what my projects are, and that way I know what I'm going to paint next.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So anyway,
neat.
Yeah, that's one little obsessive thing. Okay. All right. Let's move into rumors and news. Okay. That was good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So for news, oh my God, the new Eldar models. What do you think of the new Eldar models?
They look cool.
They look cool. Not overwhelmingly cool.
Let's see. I enjoy these sort of I like the 2 more regular dudes. The I guess like the priestess or whatever.
Yeah, the prophet of Ennead or something.
Ennead. And then the other are red armored man.
The Vizark.
Yeah, I think those guys those 2 are cool.
Yeah, they look cool. And you're not crazy about the Avatar?
The Avatar looks good, but it's a little too chaosy for me. My tastes.
Well, he is the Avatar of Death.
Yeah, but still, it's just I don't know, something about and the swirling. I don't know, for some reason that design.
Yeah.
Something like in concept it looks cool, but for some reason that something about it just sort of strikes me as off on the model. I don't know why.
Okay.
But the other 2 I think look awesome.
Yeah. I really like the prophetess model the best.
Yeah.
It looks so different and so different from most Eldari.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Eldari.
Just so different. Yeah, she looks very cool and mean and awesome, like very strict.
And her cat.
And she has a cat. She has the Gyrinx.
Yep.
The Gyrinx, the one Duncan was teasing us with.
Yep.
The Vizark model to me kind of looks like what I expect an avatar of, an Eldari avatar would look like. Cool paint job, but yeah. None of these inspire me to go start an Eldar army though.
Yeah.
I'm glad the story is continuing, and along the lines, these characters are going to be featured in the Fracture of BL-10, which is part 2 of the Gathering Storm, and the events that happen in the Fracture of BL-10 are concurrent with the events that were happening in the Gathering Storm. The Fall of Cadia. In the Fall of Cadia. So and they end up in the same place.
Yeah.
So it ends with we don't want to do it. We don't want to do spoilers this show. We did spoilers last show.
Yeah. So we'll just
So it ends in the same place. At the end of the Fall of Cadia.
And the Fall of Cadia.
Yeah. But the important thing is that there's a new Eldar faction.
Yeah, it's like these death worshipping weirdos who are all like, "Ooh,
yes,
we're gonna bring back the Eldar to their former prominence."
Well, they find hope in that the birth of the Eldar god of death might actually be able to kill the Slaanesh, which is cool.
Which is going to be interesting to see. I wonder if that's going to get its own campaign.
Yeah, probably because they have mentioned so far in the rumors that we've seen out there that some craft worlds are going to fight against other craft worlds. This is like religious heresy, you know.
So are they like having a civil war?
There might be elements of that. I don't think they're all unified in this.
Oh, that's gonna be
the Dark Eldar, as we saw.
Oh yeah, Dark Eldar.
There's some rumors
they're
they're not happy about this.
Yeah, no, the Dark Eldar are weird.
They don't want death. They want continued torture. They want eternal torture. Right. So that should be interesting to see like a split among the Eldar.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for chaos, I guess.
Yeah. So a new faction, the Ennead followers, are going to be part of the new Eldar, or as we now need to call them,
the Eldari. I don't even know. It's a dumb name.
It's the guard, son.
Yeah. It's a dumb name that's meant for copyright purposes. It's whatever. Yeah, we'll just call it. We'll still call it.
And then the Dark Eldar, the Drukari.
Darkari?
I think it's Drukari. Yeah.
Whatever. We're gonna call them Eldar and Dark. It's same with Guard.
Yeah, same with Guard. Imperial Guard, Eldar, and Dark Eldar.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
That's the way it is here at the Eye of Terror. Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't mind the name so much. I'm just used to Eldar.
Yeah, they're whatever. It is not a big deal.
And we don't collect Eldar.
Yeah, so we're just like we're shrugging our shoulders.
I know. I'm glad that the storyline is advancing.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy with this.
I just don't need more overpowered Eldar on tables.
I don't think these guys are gonna factor into the Eldar meta that much. These three.
Well, we don't know the rules yet. We have no idea.
Unless any of them move 12 inches. Or can turbo boost. I don't think any of them are factoring in.
They'll do both. They're coming with built-in invisibility.
Right. Of course they will.
Yeah, of course they will. Okay, so other rumors. A rumor with a lot of salt is that we might see new Blood Angels models sometime soon.
Which this guy's happy about.
I'm very happy. The Mephiston, Corbulo, and Dante models are old and.
There's your next triumvirate.
Out of the triumvirate of the Blood Angels.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, so that would be cool. At least Mephiston. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I've got all three of those models. I Kit Bash Dante, and I've got the official Corbulo and Mephiston.
We need a new Mephiston.
Yeah, we do.
We need a new Mephiston. This is necessary because
I
bet he's probably one of my favorite Imperial characters. Just sort of this like the whole vampire look, the ridiculous high collar.
Yeah.
He just looks crazy and badass and like really almost like scary in like some of the pictures he's in.
Yeah.
He looks like a vampire. So I really want to see a new model of him that sort of evoke that sort of evil vampire feel.
Yeah. Well, let's hope. I mean, it'd be great. Blood Angels need a little bit more of a boost than they got with Angel's Blade, I think. And so maybe some new rules to accompany new models would be great.
If you're wondering why we're looking off camera, it's because of the cat.
Because there's the cat that's over there. He's
cat
threatening to make
in
noise.
Places it shouldn't be.
Okay, the other rumor is a winged Primarch. Looks like it might be Mortarion.
Yeah, because I think that's the only other winged Primarch. I don't know what Wargar or Perturabo looks like in their demon forms. So, Angron's not, or is Angron?
I don't know.
Maybe Angron is. But everyone's thinking it's Mortarion, which makes sense because Khorne got a lot of attention as of recent. Tzeentch already got his fill, Magnus and all that. And I'm not sure they're going to be focusing on Slaanesh quite yet.
Right.
Or like Fulgrim. So having Mortarion and and the Death Guard show up might be, actually probably be pretty cool. And it'll be good. Hopefully he'll be released alongside in a similar manner to Thousand Suns alongside new models for the Death Guard because those Plague Marines
that would be cool.
Need to be updated.
Yeah, those are old models.
Those are old.
Yeah, and they got great rules. Yeah. So they would sell a ton if they released plastic Death Guard models.
Yeah, they would. So I'm hoping for that. So essentially since the Death Guard got such strong rules as of recent. Yeah. So I think that's
it in terms of rumor.
Unless there's, I mean, we were sort of wondering like if they're gonna keep going with these sort of free model releases for the new books.
Yeah, I guess there's a little bit of a rumor also that Chaos is going to get a 3-model Triumvirate.
Now, what I'm hoping is, well, actually, I'm not sure how they're gonna do it because thus far every single release has been 3 new brand new characters. So I'm wondering if how long they're gonna hold out
On
before,
Abaddon?
on updating Abaddon because he needs an update.
Yeah, true.
He really needs an update.
Well, he might be one of the 3. That would be fantastic.
That would be
total speculation on our part, though.
Yeah, total speculation, but that would be cool. At the same time, though, we'd be missing out on a new character.
Yeah.
And we don't have when the Chaos doesn't have like a huge amount of characters.
Yeah.
To begin with, so I don't know. I'd like to see like maybe give the other legions some love. Like why not get an Alpha Legion character, an Iron Warriors character, a Night Lords character,
a
Word Bearers character.
Sure.
It's a lot of possibility.
Okay, there. Well, let's hope. I'm hoping for Iron Warriors now that they're my favorite Chaos army.
Yeah, it's because they share your love of safety regulation.
Yeah, they do. Okay, so all right, so we're gonna take a little break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the LVO and the battle report we had today between my Tau list and the Gladius Demi Company or
whatever.
Gladius Strike Force.
Gladius Strike Force.
A whole lot of Marines.
The large, the
large group of Marines. All right, all that and more when we return. And we're back. Okay, so it's Sunday, the 29th. The LVO starts this Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive to Las Vegas.
Yes, he is.
From Santa Monica. I like to drive.
Well, that's good. Yeah. You're going to be quite a bit of that.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do a straight shot. I'm going to do it. It'll take me 4.5, 5 hours to get there.
You should.
Not a lot of traffic. I'm going to leave early in the day, like 10ish or so.
Get an audiobook.
I'm going to listen to podcasts.
Oh, really?
I might listen to an audiobook. Maybe there's a great Black Library book I can listen to.
There we go.
Put in the mood. Maybe a Tau book. Just to really put me in the mood. I'm gonna try not to stop for lunch. I'll probably, of course, we'll stop for gas at some point. But I'm gonna take a couple of bottles of Soylent.
Yep, there we go.
There we go. That'll get me right through.
The food of the future.
I like Soylent. I mean,
hey, you know what? It's good training for the apocalypse.
It is. I'll be ready. I'll be one of the preppers.
Yeah, there we go. I knew this was coming. He says, grabbing boxes of Soylent.
I'm prepared. Stay away from my liquid food. Stay away from my 400 calories. Yeah, no, I like that stuff. To me, it tastes like almond milk with a little bit of pancake batter.
Yeah, that's a good way to
describe it. Just a little bit of pancake batter.
That's a good way to
just enough to make it taste. Some people think it's a neutral taste, but I think it's delicious. And then I've tried cocoa or cacao.
Oh, the cacao, yeah.
Yeah, we're still getting Birdman.
We're still getting
comments on the podcast and the
after
podcast.
After the nuclear meltdown that was last episode.
I know
we got quite a few Birdman comments.
Yeah, we did. We're still gonna get some more. So I don't like the cocoa flavor all that much. To me, it tastes a little metallic.
Yeah,
a little artificial.
A little, yeah,
weird. Yeah, it tastes a little weird. I don't like it. And then Coffeeist, which I like because it has caffeine and the flavor is pretty good. To me, it tastes like almonds or something. It tastes good. I like it.
You described the other one as almond milk.
Yeah, but this one tastes more like nuts. It's a more nutty flavor.
Okay.
Anyway, I think this topic is of interest to nerds and to 40K players.
There we go. That all the justification we need.
There we go. Because they like cutting edge techie stuff. So why not artificial?
So why not wargamers?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I bet you we will see Soylent at the tables at LVO. Some people will be bringing
maybe
food. Okay. So I'm not staying at the hotel that all this is happening in. I'm staying a couple blocks away because I missed I booked my room too late. So Rain's going to be joining, although she's probably is not going to be.
I get the feeling she won't be there.
Hanging out the LVO all day. She has a badge to attend the LVO and like walk around and see all the exhibits and stuff. And I may just hand her like large amounts of cash and just go to the Forge World and get me these things, please. And then she'll say like, no, I'm in Las Vegas, fool. You go play your silly game.
It's time to hit the high stakes poker table.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's probably not going to happen.
Yep.
Getting that Thursday so that I can get there bright and early, pre-register, and then I guess the game start at 10 a.m. the next day.
Yep.
I still have to get a display board. I haven't gotten that at all. It's just basically a tray. To put the army on, because you've got 3 games on 2 successive days, and you don't want to pack up your army and then pack it out in your boxes and your little foam. That just take forever. You don't have time for that. So you put everything on a tray, and that way you carry it from one table to the next.
Yep.
Now, Reese Robbins told me that what he does often is that he just grabs the tray that's in the hotel rooms. You know, like the coffee tray.
Yeah.
He'll just like take full of coffee stuff and then
oh my God.
put his army on there and then take that downstairs. And he says you should return it. But that makes sense. But I can't. I don't think I can. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just go to, TJ Maxx or go to Amazon and buy a cheap tray. I don't have time to turn it into like a fancy display board.
Yeah.
I'll wait. This is my first tournament. I'm worried about the army. I'm not worried about the display board.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So I'm taking Tau. I decided I'm going to take Tau because Cult Mechanicus is just A, too fiddly to transport. B, too many freaking rules for me to remember. I'm not going to remember them all. And everything has a weird name to it. So it's going to be too confusing. I want to go with an army a little bit more familiar with. And I didn't want to take Space Marines. It's going to be a ton of Space Marines. And I just felt like I had a better chance with Tau. So
all right,
that Tau made my final cut. All right. So in prep for that, we played a game of 1850 today. Right. We had an ITC mission scenario 4, which is scouring.
No, I didn't play.
You didn't play. That's right. You didn't play. Our friend and contributor Arthur Shulsky came down and he says he wanted to bring a list that he knew that I had not played against.
Yep.
Yeah. So he decided to bring the 2 battle deving companies, which make the Gladius Strike Force, which is everything gets objective secured.
It's Space Marines, but with horde tactics.
Yeah. And the benefits to the Gladius Strike Force is that free transports for everybody,
and everyone gets objective secured. Probably already know this, but we're just repeating it.
Yeah,
because that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. So his list consisted of 10 rhinos with 5-man squads, and then one guy carrying a grav cannon.
No, they're all carrying. Yeah, they're all.
Well, each of the squads had
has
a grav cannon with a grav amp in there, which is insane. But 10 rhinos or 10 Razorbacks? That's crazy.
10 Razorbacks, and then we had 4
drop pods. Right. 4 drop pods with assault and devastator Marines.
We had a chaplain, chapter master.
Yep.
And that was the army.
And that was his whole army. But he had like over 70 Marines.
Yep.
He had 70 Marines, 10 Razorbacks, 4 drop pods.
Sprinting around, grabbing objectives.
So I brought the 100 contingent, which consisted of a commander. He was the Batman commander, so he had all of the upgrades, including drone controller.
I am vengeance.
Yeah.
I am the knight.
I partnered him up with a group of 8 marker drones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I had 3 units of 3 fire teams of fire warriors.
Yeah.
5-man units. Okay. I had the optimized stealth cadre, which was the Ghost Keel and 2 units of stealth suits.
Yep.
Right. And then I had the fire base cadre, which is 2 broadsides and 1 riptide. Although I didn't really ever use their special, gifts, the benefits. And finally, I had a void shield generator. 3 shields. So, am I forgetting anything? No, that's. Oh, I had one crisis suit with dual plasmas and a missile pod. He was going to be my objective grabber. So anyway, that was my list. It was 1850. Probably not the most optimal. Oh, and I had a storm surge. Storm Surge.
Oh yeah, Storm Surge.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, very important.
It's important.
Yeah. You know what? It was this. We've worked with this list before, and it has wrecked a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, and it continued to do its offensive job in this game.
Yes.
There was one big difference in this game though, as compared to others.
It's just the bodies, the overwhelming bodies coming at you. It was insane. I killed over 50 Marines, destroyed at least like eight Razorbacks. I killed two drop pods.
Yep.
Right, and it still wasn't enough. It just there were Marines and scouts and just drop pods on objectives everywhere, and all the drop pods are objective secured because they're dedicated part of the dedicated transport. So they land, and of course he lands them right next to the objectives, and now he's controlling a whole bunch of different objectives.
Yep. Welcome to hell.
Yeah, I didn't lose all that many Tau warriors and stuff. I lost.
You lost like all the fire warriors.
I lost all the fire warriors, and I lost the two units of stealth suits.
Yeah.
And then I lost, I think
one crisis suit.
One crisis suit, and I think I lost one broadside.
Yeah, you did.
Right. My storm surge untouched. My marker lights, marker drones untouched. My commander untouched. My ghost kill untouched. My riptide untouched. Except for the wounds that I kept giving myself because of Nova Charge.
Yep.
I kept burning myself with Nova Charge. And they were just like dropping pie plates and then like melting and burning Marines left and right.
But yet it wasn't enough.
No, every time I'd feel like I'd cleared out like a channel of Marines, he'd go, well, got to roll for reserves, and then more guys would come right in.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was insane how many bodies there are. So we played the Scouring, which is the mission where you have 3 objectives, 1, 2, and 3, and then you win primary by getting points 1, 2, or 3 if you're holding those respective objectives at the end of the game.
Yep.
And then the secondary mission was basically Maelstrom. So you were either going to hold one of the particular objectives or kill an enemy unit. Right?
And oh boy.
Yeah, so you watched. So you were watching what was going on.
I was watching what was going on.
And then Arthur had to leave at the end, so
I took over for like the last turn,
the final turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. The final score was 9-2 because he won the primary.
Yep.
He won the secondary. He got Linebreaker. You got Slay the Warlord, and you got Big Game Hunter, and yeah. That's how it went down.
Yeah. I got first blood, but it wasn't a first blood in this mission.
I can only imagine the report that the Inquisition got from that battle.
Yeah.
70 Marines?
but we won. But we beat the filthy Tau. Well, that's the scout reporting. I survived. Yeah. It was a very expensive victory for Space Marines, but it doesn't matter. They won, and they won decidedly because they just control all the missions. He parked Razorbacks in cover, within 3 inches of several objectives in his backfield, right? And so the only chance I had was I did deep strike in my my crisis suit with the plasma.
Yep.
He was gonna go around and just shoot Razorbacks in the butt, and then blow them up, but he mishapped. And then Arthur put him in my lines, like at the farthest corner away, of course. Yep. So he ended up dying like a dog, getting shot by Grav.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of the things we learned is that when you're fighting Tau, and especially if they have a void shield, Grav
doesn't do much,
especially when you're dealing with things like stealth suits.
Because then they just have
the ghost kill,
big old cover saves.
Because they have cover saves, and so cover saves were absolutely crucial. I control the middle in the sense that I had the stealth suits and the ghost kill in the middle, and his tanks would roll up. Just the burst cannon and the optimized stealth cadre benefit that allows you to ignore cover and shoot them in rear armor. It was just creating a parking lot of hulks, of dead tanks right there.
Yep.
But then his guys would spill out
Yeah.
So basically, it was like cracking open a pinata.
Yeah, and a bunch of
Until these
Space
Space
Marines
Marines fall out.
and run to the objective,
Yeah,
just throw
exactly.
themselves
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, so there's this giant
Only-
pile of bodies and dead tanks.
because as Space Marines died on that middle objective,
Yeah.
more and more would just show up to
Yeah.
replace them.
It was nuts. It felt like it was guard watching the guard fight. Just throw bodies at this problem.
Yeah, just throw bodies at it. It'll
But
work.
he had more bodies than I had bullets at the end of the day.
Yep.
And so he at one point scored. You have the option of scoring 3 if you can hold 3 Maelstrom points.
Yep.
In one turn, and then hold on to them till the start of your next turn.
Yep.
You get 3 points, and so he actually did that once
Yeah. So
to add insult to injury. Right? He's like, "Oh yeah, I can hold 3 points." And I'm like, "No, you can't." And he's like, "I think I hold 5 points now." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Oh dear.
And then he brought in more reserves to hold on even more points. So the Tau, while quite killy and quite deadly, nonetheless, when you just overwhelm them with
just
bodies. And still, he made a lot of 3-up saves. So, I was killing them, but I wasn't killing them fast enough. And that's the strength of the Gladius Strike Force, is that a lot of bodies, 3-up armor, right?
Against the Stalin Strike Force.
Yeah. So I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle with that. I even had planted anchors on the Storm Surge.
Yeah.
And so it was throwing out giant pie plates of death. But it wasn't killing enough.
They got their strategy advice from Soviet Russia.
Exactly.
You calculate how many bodies you need to how many bodies to bullets that the enemy has, and then you throw a few thousand extra men there.
Yeah.
And then you push them towards the lines. Go get them, kids.
Just the numbers will just win.
Yeah, numbers will win.
The numbers will win. So that's it. It's a weight of numbers.
Quantity over quality.
This is a game about math, and at the end of the day, the probabilities favor the Gladius Strike Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have enough Marines to mount that, and honestly, I don't think it's a fun way to play.
It was a little fun, like from the very short exposure. Mostly because of how ridiculous it is to just throw bodies and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But man, is it cheesy. Man, is it cheesy.
Yeah, it's kind of
man.
It's they are fighting Tau, so
there we go.
It's cheese versus cheese.
It's Chez versus Chez.
Yeah, exactly. But it was fun and it was a learning experience. So it definitely, I expect that the Gladius will be out in force at LVO.
Yep.
I'm gonna run into warp spiders, by the dozens, scat packs with scatter lasers, and on warp spiders, and then I'm probably gonna run into blue horrors.
Oh yeah, that's gonna
demon armies and a lot of summoning with blue horrors,
pink horrors,
and then
blue horrors, then brimstone horrors.
Oh yeah,
they multiply.
Yeah, so
it's great.
Oh my god. All right, so my only goal is to win more games than I lose.
Yeah, that'd be the hope.
No, okay. Let me take a step back, and that would be a nice result. Okay, I win it all. Okay, that would be
the best result.
That's the best result. I come back with a giant check for $3,000 or whatever the prize money is. Right.
There we go.
Right. 2, I win more games than I lose. That would be
nice.
Goal number 2. 3 was probably the most important goal, is to just have fun. Have fun. And that's how I'm going. There's no way I'm going to be competitive. There's no way I'm going to win. This is my first tournament. These are like the best players in 40K who've played, a lot of them have played in a bunch of tournaments. I know there's going to be a lot of baby lambs like me who are going to slaughter for the first time.
Yep.
Just like I am. But I think that I have a chance at having fun. As long as I don't run into that guy.
You'll probably have fun.
I'll probably have
Just
fun.
Don't run into that guy.
And I'm in freaking Vegas, so of course it's gonna have fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any comments on the carnage we saw today?
Not a lot. It was just a lot of there's a lot of Marines. There's a lot of Marines at the table, man. This is a lot.
Yeah, Arthur actually had to borrow a whole
Yeah,
whole
he
bunch
had
of
to borrow
mine.
like a ton of our Marines because
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
know,
have
'cause
enough
he didn't have
Marines.
enough, and he has the large space wolf army. So
We used actual like big old post-it notes
if in lieu
as,
of
as substitutes for Razorbacks.
yeah, we had like post-it notes that were the size of Razorbacks, just pretty much approximate that size.
Yeah, it's approximately that
'Cause there were
size.
so many rhinos on the
There were
Razorbacks
everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere,
Razorbacks
man.
everywhere. The parking lot, right? Yeah,
When he had to when he had to take home his drop pods, we used candles.
the big decorative,
We
smelly
used big,
candles.
yeah, we used big decorative smelly candles.
So it covered up the smell of death
there
on
we
the
go.
battlefield.
There we go.
We lit the candles, and I'm like, oh yes,
There's too much blood here. Let's light some scented candles.
right. The Tau bring out the scented candles.
Yeah.
They're a much more civilized race.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So that's it. I'm
Yes.
going to pack up my stuff, and luckily I can carry the Tau in just two boxes. So that also makes it very easy to transport. So I'm very happy about that. And that's it. I'm
That's
ready.
it.
I'm gonna have
cool,
fun.
man.
I'm gonna have fun. Gone Thursday, back on Sunday.
Cool.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take camera gear, and I'm gonna take some audio gear, and hopefully get some interviews with some folks that we will share with you guys on our YouTube channel and also on our podcast. So
Yeah, man.
yeah. So I think that's it. So
All
right. So we'll report back when we return from Las Vegas.
Cool.
Until then, that's episode 32. I'm George,
And I'm Malik.
and we play 40K. We'll see you guys soon.